Are you feeling it's like Mario today? Oh, is it Kirby?
It's Mario.
Either way, we're leveling up.
Do, do, do.
I'm going to take my shoes off.
Just
I love
over.
Shoes off.
Say hi when you hear us. I don't really know until you say hi. Or just quietly watch in the background. That's really cool too. It's two today. All the twos. Moving into
Tuesday as well.
I think the moon's in Scorpio still until tomorrow, so lots of emotions. Hi.
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 Do, do, do.
This is our semi-impromptu.
It was organized.
Monthly meetup.
As you said that, it was 111 on the timer.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Hi. We decided to do today because it's the portal's closing. My hands are already on fire. And there's just some potent things happening everywhere. Good morning. Thank you all so much for joining. We tossed down a suggested donation of $22.22. Just let me know, whatever. We have some people already donated. Thank you for that. And so we're just going to go in. We just felt really compelled to just connect and hold space and allow. Okay, Facebook user donated. I love this. Who is it? Yeah, I totally support background.
Sometimes I do too. You get the runoff.
Yeah.
There's like a runoff of energy, and it's always amazing.
Hi, Tina. Hi, Laura. Hi, Stella. Who's this?
I don't know. Should I go and have a look?
Secrets. The secrets are safe with us.
We were on yours, and then we were on Magpie's Nest.
I didn't share it anywhere. We're streaming on. Yeah, where are we streaming?
It's Anne.
Anne! Great. Yeah.
Obviously, of course she wouldn't show.
Anne!
Oh, hang on. I didn't mute it on that one.
It was so great. That's what Deja Vu's about. Oh, Sable, thank you so much. So just so you all know, we are streaming here on the Say Unisay YouTube channel. Because the first one disappeared. We don't know what happened to it. We lost all of our content. It was great. And then the Soul Tribe, and then also Magpie's Nest.
Yes, I need to go and work out.
To alert that we're on YouTube, that this is streaming on YouTube. So yeah. Chiashoto. Yakoto. Yashatari. All right, we're getting prepared. So today it's just whatever comes through, whatever's needed at this time. Originally, apparently, when I made this event and it's called Messages with Magpies, Llamas, and Narwhals, which I so approve. I would like to be the narwhal in this scenario.
Well, you'd have to be.
Right. Well, that's why I chose narwhal. I thought maybe I would do unicorn, but I was feeling
whale.
Well, because you were air and llamas are land. And so I was like, ooh, should I be fire or should I be water? And I was like, unicorns at the sea.
They are the unicorns of the sea.
Yeah, and it's creepy because they grow their tooth through their mouth. I have so many follow-up questions on how they eat. I need to study them for a while. Okay, so we're here. We've got a certain amount of cards and crystals and whatever, healing whatever is needed. Just let us know when and if you donate because I may not see it. Or whatever. I feel like that's really good. Do you two have anything?
Nope.
You like to add to this? Okay.
Just easy.
Let the container be open, the circle be stable as we close this portal and get ready for the big next open is April 4th to May 9th. This is our time where we plan our manifestations and then we go, 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 go. So we're here. Okay. First on the list. Tina Powell, come on down. Man.
Who are we reading for first?
Tina. Yes. Mm-hmm. I know, does it sound like a show? Come on down. I think it'd be really good. Maybe Drew Carey will give it up. Aww.
Who?
Doesn't Drew Carey run? The Price is Right. Oh, that's an American show. You would know nothing about that.
Oh, we had Price is Right. Wasn't that Bruce Forsyth?
Yeah.
Do you guys have?
We did, but it was a guy with a massive chin.
He's a massive chin. I have so many follow-up questions.
He did. He's dead now. I think he's dead. I could be saying that and he's not dead, but I think he's dead.
You think he's dead? Bob Barker. He was our OG.
I think he is.
Mm. Yeah, Bruce Forsyth. He did the Generation Game as well.
I love that. I have
And
no
what was
idea
the one with the cards going up and down?
Play your cards right.
Oh, that
I
seems
feel like I'm
really
just Okay.
Oh wow.
I'm going to start.
Go.
I've got so much. So first, the first card that came out, 6, Love, Choice, and Trust. Hinto. This is just stepping in and seeing things.
Oh wow.
Seeing things as they are. There's some kind of shadow involved, but I don't really understand that. They're just showing me like, okay, so what they're showing me is they're showing like a veil in between what is and what isn't. And that's changing the perception. So take that, whatever you want. But but the message is as long as you come from your heart space, everything will be fine. The next is Focused Instability, the Emperor. That's time to start delegating some stuff. Allowing others to help with what's happening, which you know what that's about. Ah, 2 of Shells. Union and harmony, right? Everything's coming into alignment.
Stunning. I love that deck so much.
It feels like within yourself, like yourself is settling into like, just like with this card, right? And then this is my favorite. 4 of Feathers, Sanctuary and Rest. So really allowing this energy to come in with the wind, with the breeze, and take you to where you want to go for your next step, this next turn. And then the card that I pulled from the Oracle Light book is number 22, so master number. On Sofer. This is you, they're saying. And I said, look at this part right here. Okay, I'm just going to read it because, you know. Whoop, 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 2 far. Whoop, 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 whoop. A way through the struggle has already been created for you, and you are being led onto that path. Your authentic soul path may include recognition and acclaim, notable success, and admiration. Be grateful, but do not be dazzled or distracted by such experiences. Focus on what connects you to your heart and grounds you in simplicity and of spiritual truth, which is the practice of love, kindness, and peace. This will allow for successful progress in the material world without disturbing the sanctity of your soul. Well, I feel that's pretty direct. In the mysticism of the Kabbalah, Ein Sof Or is the first and truest light. It emerges from the absolute, which is pure emptiness beyond all characteristics, phenomena, and form. I'll read this to you later in detail because it's long. But yeah. Okay. So the overall message that I'm receiving for you, and I'm sure you feel this on the inside, is that you're standing kind of in the middle of everything as this light. And, you know, you have the most beautiful light, and just confirmation that you are, and that many will come to you and you really will help give stability and truth in that. But it's really about seeing things for what they are, not what you want them to be. Right? They keep doing this like veil. It's got like, I know, it's like chiffon or something. You know what I mean? So it's translucent. Yes, we're still taking donations. Yeah, from the void. Just let us know. Thank you for asking. Yeah, rest is around the corner. The sanctuary is happening. We just need to figure out where and choose. It looks and feels really good. So continue. So the best is continuing being that light, which you're really good at. Yeah. I mean, this is like, they're just showing me like true rest. Like, see this? I guess it's a bear. I mean, really just resting peacefully on the earth and being taken care of. Like, you're moving into it. This next turn is about moving into a space where you will be cared for. Yeah, we can definitely float. Where those that are standing with you love you for all of you and celebrate the you-ness of all of you, right? And there's safety and security in that, and will help you in all of your worlds, right? And who will stand at the pearly gates of heaven and stand with you at the pearly gates of hell. It doesn't matter where you go. Hi. I'm done.
Do you want me to go, or you okay?
You can go.
Okay. All right.
If you're ready.
Okay. So, like, how can I describe this? So, you know, like today is like your porthole and everything, but yours is a triangle. And in this triangle, it's like all luminous, different colors around it. And as I'm walking through it, it's like a crystal city, but it's a city made up of good things, not negative things. And yeah, I could probably see the sanctuary quite easy. And I'm going down, just looking around this place. It's like a city in the middle of the universe. So your first card, which I feel is right for you, is peace, because I think that you need to rest. And you need to, I see you lying on this bunch of clouds, but when you're going through this triangle, you're on this clouds, but it's like, I'm just lying, looking down, looking around, because this is where you're going to be. This is what you and Allison and everybody is going to create, so like a sanctuary. But also, I had to have another look at this. So with the water, with me at the moment, I do a lot of water and the water comes in. So yesterday, like doing quite a lot of stuff, I just needed to get out. And even though we got a flood by us, I was just so happy that I was looking at the water and it was like feeding into me. But that's what you need to do, because your next card it says God box, but I'm seeing a fire. And what you need to start doing, whatever's been worrying you lately, you need to write it down and burn it into this big, massive fire, because you've also got the parents as well. You and your mum, you and your circle, your family life. Selena's saying the end is near. I don't understand if you understand that, but that's all she's saying to me is the end is near. But also, Selena wanted me to pull you an animal card, but you got the snake. Okay, so I'm learning about these. The snake speaks of the energy rising within you and also rebirth. The snake sheds transformation layers of skin, being reborn as often as it is needs. What does the snake call you to shed in order to go through a cycle of rebirth? Ask your heart, what do I need to let go of? And I always look at the snake is very soulful, we go up. It's like, what does snakes and ladders do? The snake doesn't go down, it goes up. And what you're doing, you're just going up the snakes and ladders, but also you're resting in the middle. But also the universe is showing you what is to come. Get in there. Thank you. I'm just going with Selena now. And also they say carnelian is one of the best crystals at the moment to meditate on. I don't know if you can see it properly.
That looks like it has a little mouth.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Like a pout fish, but it's really a kiss fish.
Yeah, but the end is near. All the work that you've been doing, you need to rest. But also they're showing me what is to come, if you understand that. But yeah, llama tribes are coming in for everybody.
Yay!
Yay. But I look at that card as you, because you are floating on the clouds, you are in the universe, but you need to rest as well. Rome wasn't built in a day, Selena's saying. Rome wasn't built in a day. But when spirit talks, that's it. You just got to go. And I understand that. But yeah. Yay!
Yes!
Love you, Miss Tina.
Llamas in love.
Llamas in love.
Llamas and licks on love.
Yeah, licks.
Okay, so when I'm sat there and I do this, I'm going to start doing this because I like sitting in, getting a vision each time. It's quite nice to sit and just get whatever comes through. So what I got was this gorgeous koi fish, and it's drifting around, you know, with those wafty little beautiful fins that it has. Anyway, so it's wafting around, and then it was still all of a sudden, and it's in this beautiful turquoise water, and then I realized it was actually in resin. It wasn't an actual fish, live fish, and it was in this gorgeous crystal quartz bowl on this like sweetgrass kind of mat that was underneath it. And when I looked into all these things, it's all to do with abundance and naturally attracting things to you just by your beautiful energy. It's beautiful energy, and so it attracts this abundance to it. It's worth to it because it is so beautiful. But the fact that it was held still, especially with one of the cards in a minute, I think you're supposed to be still because what's coming to you will come to you regardless of how much you try and make it happen. It will happen regardless. You don't have to do the effort that you need to, that you think you need to make things come to you. And I got the blank rune, which tends to mean that what's meant for you will come. With regards to tarot cards, I got, I'm not going to lie, this isn't a good combination, these two. So we have the devil with the 3 of voices, the 3 of swords. And with this one, she's got butterfly wings, but there's these threads coming off to these people. Because that's kind of what the devil can do. And I think it's these people here that are manipulating her rather than the other way around. So it's almost like this person's transformed, but now there's still people trying to manipulate and maneuver them. And the Three of Voices is all about heartbreak and grief and acknowledging the darker aspects of things, that something's really going to hurt, which when we think about the devil and it being our attachment to things in an unhealthy, balanced way, in a non-balanced way, sorry, there is grief attached, because the reason we stay attached to something is because we're hurting in some way and we need to have something support us for a little while until we get better. But at some point we have to actually do some of that work to make ourselves better as well. Or if that is an attachment where there's love, you've hung around in an unhealthy situation because you love someone, you're also walking away from something that you love. So there's grief attached to that. But there's this, when it becomes needing each other rather than wanting to, choosing to be together, then that's when it's not healthy to be in that kind of relationship. The other two cards that I got with that are the Four of Materials and the Seven of Materials. And they're pentacles, basically, the material world. But the Four is kind of recognizing I don't have as much as I think I do to as resources. It's about budgeting and assessing what you need at this moment. I feel like I'm in a scarcity kind of situation. What do I need and how am I going to make what I have last through a hard time, through a struggle? And with the Seven, it's about assessing which of those things that we need to put more effort into, and if whether we're investing all this time and energy, is it giving the yield back? Am I at least getting an equal exchange, if not profit, from these things that I'm doing? So it's about assessing those aspects, and not just financially when it comes to materials is our health, wealth, happiness. Is it making you ill to keep doing certain things? Is it making you fulfilled and happy and content to do that? Is it putting food on your table to do that? I'm not talking about extra luxury. We all buy crystals with our excess or whatever. I'm talking about the fundamentals. Am I covering what I need? So when those two come together, for me, that's a big review of what's going on in your life. That goes for people too. Is this relationship taking more than I need? Is this relationship taking more than it's bringing me back in? It's about making those hard choices. When it came to oracle cards, and I don't normally do oracle cards, I decided to do them today. We have the new life. We have a new life on its way. But there's also time to go. So in order to have a new life, we have to allow things to fall away. We have to allow ourselves to leave these things behind. And we also have time for a nap, which I just think, if anybody needs a nap, it's Tina, because I swear she doesn't sleep. She can't. Because there's no way I'd do what she does in the time that she does. She's very proactive and does a lot of things. So it's about assessing what you need, what your resources that you have are, and how you put them to their best, most yield strong way use. The most yield back for what you're going to get. At least the minimum you should be expecting is mutual exchange. But the room that you have under the shadow is algae, so there is a level of protection around you, and I kind of feel like that's why it's in the resin. It's protected. It stays as beautiful as it is because it's protected in some way. So you're not going to lose that. I've been going out at night to try and get me to sleep. I just awkwardly. Yeah. I started using Headspace, that sleep meditation and stuff. Actually, that was until I had to do the hypnosis again, and then I'll have hypnosis to go to sleep. But if there's some sort of there's a thing called sleep hygiene, isn't there, where you can have a practice that gets you into that state to do it. But it's really hard to have that routine in place when you have kids that don't want to go to sleep, or like I have in my house, they don't want to go to sleep, or I can't go to sleep, and I personally can't settle until my kids are asleep. So yeah, so I get that you can't, that it's not always a set routine, but then I will put on the hypnosis once they are asleep, and that sends me to sleep. But yeah, so it's assessment time, looking at healthy, and again, the devil is also about unhealthy balance of things, somebody getting more than the other. It's not a healthy balance, it's not equal exchange, it's not equal things. But I feel like as you review these things, there's going to be an element of grief attached, because you thought people would bring more to your life than they have, or they would bring balance, they would be sharing things with you, and they're not. These could be people that you're pouring yourself into, but they're not giving it back the other way. And it's about assessing them. And when you realize who these people are, because I feel like there's more than one. I feel like there's several aspects of your life that you're going to look. I pour my love into that, and nothing comes back the other way. I kind of feel like there's going to be sadness attached to that, because what you perceive things to be isn't necessarily what they are, and the difference between that, you're grieving the hope that you had in there. That you're recognizing that it may never reach that point, and that adjustment, that there's emotions attached to that, good and bad, bit of sweetness there is to it.
That's so important in all of our lives too.
Yeah,
that.
But even in that devil card, it's like once you go through that, there is actually a gateway there. So I kind of feel like there's this transformation portal opening up for you. Once you've done these assessments and you've got them in, it kind of feels like that's the doorway for that new life. Once you've assessed that and done that, there's conversations you don't want to have. I know that. And again, on that time to go, there's also a doorway on that as well. It feels like this is a threshold.
To party land.
I hope so. And if there's food there, as long as there's food, I'll come with you. But
Stargates, dude. I'm gonna figure out how to Stargates so we can teleport.
That is my. If I could wish for any superpower, it would be teleportation.
Have you ever seen wind charmers? Like they're like silver triangles, and they just do that. And I've seen this wind charmer, and there's only so many triangles on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You keep the ones that are close to you on your wind charm. Yeah, that's what they're showing me. I'm like looking up, thinking, oh, what's that? Yeah.
Yes. Love you, Queen. Thank you so much.
Yeah, amazing lady.
Lots of licks.
Licks.
I love when they licks.
I love that no one's sleeping, but we can't blame the full moon because it's not a full moon anymore.
Look at that llama.
Oh, I love him. It feels like a hymn.
It is.
Love you.
Love you, Tina.
Alligator.
There's always snacks at my house, Tina.
Yeah.
If you ever want to come,
I convinced Kayleigh to mail snacks.
Oh, does Tina want a parcel of snacks?
She's not chocolatey. Creative.
There's shrimp and bananas, and there's mint humbugs.
Oh
my gosh.
Caramel.
Guys, so I didn't know about mint humbugs, right? I'm just telling you. And so Kayleigh and her family sent us them for like holiday time because Penelope was like, what the hell? And so we all put one in our mouth, and then I didn't know, like it's mint, right? And then it turns into freaking caramel. I didn't know that was gonna happen. And we're on video, and you visibly see me start to cry. It's like one of the most joyous moments of my life.
Most magical. Yeah.
Like I was like, oh my god, because when you're like a little kid or whatever, for the first time a magical happens, and you're like, the world is gonna be okay. That's what it was like for me.
It was amazing.
Like you watched a little tear roll down. I was like, there's caramel.
Are you okay? Have you broke a tooth? You okay?
Snacks. I love snacks.
I didn't know there was caramel in here.
Oh my god, it's the best.
It was amazing.
Thank you, Tina.
There is a whole box of snacks.
Alan. Snacks. We're gonna snack it up.
Oh, Veronica! Yeah, she made me cry yesterday, Veronica. Because she's made this necklace. To make the necklace. Yeah.
Can you get close to? Let's boob together.
And that's mine.
And mine made me cry. Because I read why she chose what she chose, and it made me cry.
Yeah, that.
And it was really cool because I had the black light pen because part of it, if you flash it, it glows orange in it. And I was there flashing it. Are we reading for Anne next? Was it Anne?
Yes, it's on.
On.
Not Anne, where I'm from. On. It's on.
On.
On. Well, where I come from is Anne.
It's Anne where I'm from too.
It's
I would say
Anne.
Anne.
And it's like and.
See, that's what really upset me with Frozen. Okay, I'm about to get triggered by Frozen. They were like, "Oh, Anna," and I'm like, "It's Anna. She's Anna."
It's Anna. Penelope will correct you every time.
I know, but until that point in my life, it was Anna.
Right, and then just like that, it became Anna. So on.
Anne.
Oh wow.
Shiakotoro otoraya masa chishiki atokoro.
Yeah, Ooh.
Yeah, I knew that.
Hearing that song, that coincidence. Ooh, you can really dance.
Dina, it's the order of the list is going to be Sable, Dina, and Audrey.
Oh my god. You stop her here.
Shini Kotoro Sakarayama Tarashatari.
Oh.
Orokishia Nataya Shataraya. Damn, you're going to level up again. How is that even possible?
Huh.
Hi, Doreen. So, okay, so what they're showing me is you're like the flower, you're this flower, right? And you're open this much, and you're about to open this much. Not all the way yet, but here. Just your ability to discern is use your voice more. When you see something or experience something, say it. You have an insight. It's like you understand the nuances. Like you're a harpist, right? And you've got all of the strings. And you understand the nuances. So when you're feeling something or you notice something, say it. Because other people miss it and it's important. Yeah. You've got the King of Feathers, right? They're like dedication and progress, justice. Eight of Crystals, really stable. Thank you, Tracy. Power, perseverance, like don't give up even when others do. Oh, this has to do with your country too right now. So this is a dual message for I'm receiving, not just for like in your own personal, but helping others really work through the energy of what's happening where you live. Because you see it. You can help others see it too. In your very gentle way, the way that you heal. especially children. I'm done. You're so powerful, girl. Jesus. It's awesome. Okay, now I'm really done.
Do you want me to go?
Yeah.
I've gone into like full dimensions here.
Yeah.
I'm on the back of Pegasus, right? And I've got the sea in front of me. And for some bizarre reason, there's a sword in the middle of the stone, like King Arthur. And it's basically, I'm going to go straight there and own it, take the sword out of the stone. And then Selena's put me back to be a fairy. And I'm looking up and I'm looking all around the trees and everything. And she's saying it's about time you started to be happy, be that child. So for some unknown reason, I've done 5 cards, fairy spotting. And they will say, there was something on you and it says that seeing is believing, but in fact, the opposite is true. Believing is seeing. And then it goes on to pure intentions. What you want to do, you just got to own it. This is, they're really clear on that one. The fairy manifestation will help you use your wishes wisely, manifest your heart's desire with pure intention, and go for the highest good of all, because you need to own your divine power. And also you need to listen to your feelings, your body receiving accurate messages from the divine. And then she told me to pick an animal card, and I got hare. What does a hare do? They're just so clever. They go around, and sometimes if they don't want to be seen, they won't be seen. But they're so happy. And when I look at a hare and I look at a fairy, and then I go back to Pegasus with the sword on the stone in the middle of the water, you own your divine power. So you've got to start being you. And you need to put your pure intentions and listen to your gut feelings. But that's so, when you go on the back of Pegasus, like whenever I go on him, I'm gone. I just go. And like, I remember when I had somebody give me healing, and Sheila, my friend, brought me back. She said, Lorna, you were gone. She said, I was so scared that you would go and you weren't coming back. And I was gutted because she brought me back. But I mean, for you, is you've got to own, be you, but be that child, but go back into nature. But make sure your intentions are pure. Yeah. Llama love. Finished.
Okay. So when we were talking earlier and this time, when I thought we were reading Anne first and we weren't, we were reading Tina first, I saw a lobster and I saw it again when I came back. And lobsters, it ties in really well actually. So I have the 4 voices, which is the 4 swords, but it's about taking time to rejuvenate. And that's what lobsters can do. They can regrow limbs. They can rejuvenate all the time. They never stop growing. They never stop evolving. They molt off what doesn't work and then they grow some more. And I really feel this is like where you are now, taking some time out by the water. And I say that because you've also got to the sea as one of the oracle cards. But it's also, if you look, it's got like directions and binoculars on there. And it's like, well, it's about assessing, taking the time where you are now to decide where you want to stretch your horizons going forward, setting those intentions today. Because the next card that I have is the Emperor. She looks a bit like Barbara Streisand. It's a bit weird. But yeah, so it's the Emperor, and that is about, what do I want to create? How do I want to grow? How do I want to evolve? And actively taking that direction and going, yep, I want to make that happen. Because the other reminder is, I mean, lobsters are very close to crabs, and they both have these clingy claws, and they have the tenacity. They get called clingy, but they're actually they're actually tenacious. They hang on. And the other animal that gets a bad rep for that is the fox. This is the Seven of Swords, which is the card of, everybody says the thief, but that thief is taking it because he needs that for some reason. He's taken it because he needs it. He's being tenacious. He's getting that the only way he can work out how to. If it was in the reverse, then I'd be more concerned that it was to do with someone taking something from you, but I don't think this is. I think it's the tenacity aspect of that card, that you can create anything you want to. You just have to recognize that you can do that you already have it within you, the power within you to make that happen. And it's about, maybe you directly don't have to do anything. You can actually connect and ask people to assist you in some way, or direct people to make things happen. It doesn't have to be you managing it directly. You can have other people work for you. So I don't know if this is about bringing other people in. With regards to, I think something fated is about to come in, and I don't necessarily feel it's a bad thing. We have here and now, like where you are now is where you're supposed to be, but you had the fates come in after that. But this feels more like stars aligning, something coming in that gives you the opportunity that you can then use with that tenacity, something coming in that means you can harness and use that to its maximum benefit to what you need it to be. There's an opportunity coming in. But I don't think things are necessarily going to be the same again, and that's not in a bad way. You had Perthrow, which is the card of the gambling cup. But it kind of feels to me that although there will be risk involved, there's minimal risk of it not working out. It's not a given completely, but you have the tenacity to make sure that those odds are in your favor, that you can harness everything you know to make that beneficial for you moving forward. Abundantly beneficial as well, because lobsters also are about abundance and adaptability. Like they can have an arm ripped off and they still grow another one back and come back stronger. And the older they get, they never stop growing. They just get bigger and bigger and bigger. And I kind of feel like that's for you, that it doesn't matter. Whatever this is, it may have setbacks on the road to it, but that's never going to stop it growing up to where it's supposed to be. And you're never going to stop evolving either. I don't know if there's like a pier where you are, but I'm kind of feeling like you need to take a walk on that pier at some point. Somebody's playing really loud music outside my house. So I don't know if you guys can hear that, but it's like boom, 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 boom. No, okay, it's fine. It's probably my dickhead neighbour. But anyway. He thinks he can sing rock music. It's quite adorable. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing anyway, that there's this thing coming in that you can absolutely harness. And again, there's a pier on that as well. Different card, same thing. Oh, they both have it. They're like piers with doorways at the end.
That's amazing.
It's like by walking on that pier, there's some sort of enlightenment or something that comes at the end of that pier.
Yep.
Sevens as well. Anyway, yeah, 47. 4s and 7. Yep, I'm done. Yes, new beginnings. It does feel like new beginnings.
Yeah. Exciting. Thanks.
I'm just going to mute while I shuffle these.
Okay.
I was like that 2 hours ago when I was sat in the therapy room, and all I got was new beginnings. Yeah. Love it. Who are we reading for now?
Sable. And then Dina. And then Inakota. And then Tracy, and then Veronica. Sable, shiamoto rashikiato. Yeah, toro. Nishi kotoro rana. Yeah. Niatoro ishiki, niatoro rara arashiki, niatoro. Sable, you have everything you need within you. Whatever this transition period that you're going through, it feels big. Feels emotional. But your ability to be able to release and forgive yourself and others, the forgiveness factor, not the forgetting, but the forgiveness is really going to allow yourself to truly open and step into a turn of blessings and well-being and health. Just feel like you're more supported than you realize, I think. You're not alone. Yeah, it's your choice, right? It's okay to sit with it and be in it. That there's always a way out. And you have everything that you need, right? As above, so below. As within, so without. As my beautiful tarot teacher quoted.
Your husband also quotes that at you, but okay.
Listen.
You don't listen to him. It's fine. You listen to me. It's good. It works.
If I listened to him, I'd have to learn runes, and I'm just not ready to go there. There's true beauty and true peace and all of this as you move through this last, almost like taking today as a day to really just settle in and feel the release. I release what no longer serves myself, my fractal self, my whole self, the collective, all that is known and unknown for the greatest good of all. I release what no longer serves me for my greatest and highest good. And see what happens. Allow yourself to feel that float off of you like a balloon, right? Just letting it go, right? And returning it back to source, back to prana, back on its journey. Para archishini ashotoro kiyati. That's what I'm feeling. Let me know how that resonates. I'm done. Also, if you want some healing, let me know and I'll send it later.
Do you want me to go?
Yeah,
Or do you want to go? Okay, so yeah, totally everything, Alison, you said Yeah. All I keep getting, what does not serve you, you need to get rid of. All the time. That's really heavy. Okay, so I've got this beautiful brown, just brown, all different colour brown, on this horse. And I'm trying to get on the horse, but when I look to my right, there's all these people having a go, having their opinions. You need to let go of what does not serve you. This is so heavy with me. And I feel that I feel sometimes that I feel a bit scared of taking that leap of faith because you're such a kind-hearted person. You don't want to hurt people. Okay, but for you to do that, you need to get on that horse. Okay, and your first card was closure. You need to you need to close down some situations that are in your life. See, I'm getting quite family that's coming quite strong to me. Okay. And Lily's piping in now, my llama, and she's saying, Mum, but she'll have the strength with the soul tribe and the people that care for you and believe in you will always support you. And also, I had the mermaid deck. You need to ask for help. You need to ask for help. Healing's quite a hard thing, really. It's quite a hard thing to ask for help as well. But oh yeah, I just didn't realise. When you look at the mermaid, she's got that shell, and it's like she's calling in the water, the universe, the moon. Just ask for help. And also, I pulled you an animal card. I love this. It's the field mice. And I got to read you a little bit because I'm still learning on these. The mouse is small but powerful, proof that you don't have to be the biggest or loudest personality to be heard. It has super sharp senses and is quick on its feet, adapting easily to any new environment. No matter how small you feel, we all have a place in this world, and you can survive and grow together. You can achieve huge things when you believe in yourself. Don't listen to what anyone else may say. Stand strong and listen to your heart. And if any crystal would be orange calcite, because that's nurturing. Or you've got the golden healer. Always carry a crystal in your hand or whatever, or in your pocket, and it just brings that nourishment that you need at this moment. This is what I'm feeling for you. But the film out is all about success as well. And I watched a program on Film Mice, and they're amazing, absolutely amazing. And when they see danger, they just go, but then they pop back up. They're just amazing, and they look after their young. But yeah, I hope that helps. Llama love. Llama licks.
I love llama licks. They're my faves.
They're amazing. They really are amazing. Elijah's cheeky. He licks the bottom of my feet sometimes. I wouldn't lick my feet, but he does.
Good lads.
I think he's just telling me to ground. Do you know what I mean? Like, anyway.
Yeah.
So what I'm getting is that there's been some sort of material, physical loss in some way, and that's caused an awakening, kind of like a dark night of the soul situation, the loss of something being removed, and it's brought in this wave of awakening and questioning and stepping through. I don't feel like it's necessarily, it may be a person, but something's happened where you've recognized that you're getting less than you deserve, or you've been put in a place of isolation in some way, or pushed out in the cold.
Yes,
Material loss. And it does feel like somebody's literally thrown you out of something or pushed you out of something, a bit like Mirabelle in the picture. It may have been unconsciously done. I don't know if anyone's seen Encanto, and she's not in the picture because she's been ostracized. And so Anne Bruno as well was not in that picture because they were the ones that were kind of pushed away because of something that was going on with that person, rather than like the person that's pushing away, rather than the actual person having anything wrong with them. But they've kind of projected that. That's what Abuela did, and that she projected everything onto Mirabelle. And so that's why Mirabelle had this complex of I'm never going to be good enough for you. And I feel like there's been something around that kind of situation. And it's induced this whole awakening thing where you're like, okay, I need to get away from this place, this person, this situation, in order to get away from them. And then that's when it was only when you're away and you're kind of away and separate and established on your own, that's when you can go back through the hurt. And that's when you can process that. And that's when you can decide what boundaries, who you're going to allow in your energy again, because they were supposed to be the closest people to you and they did that to you. They pushed you away. But there needs to be a boundary because that's crossed some sort of threshold in some way. And again, your energy is precious. So it's whether we hand that out. Where do we give that out to? It has to be worthy of us doing that because we're now less trusting. We're more secure. We're trying to protect our hearts even more. That shields up. So the oracle card that I got with this was poised, but I feel like this is somebody that's poised for greatness. Like she's on a pedestal, she's ready to fly. She's just needs to know that she can. So it's like there's all this work that's been done and they're poised, but there's still that little bit of mending to do. Still this little bit of mending. And again, that feels familial. That feels like sisters or mother-daughter kind of fixing this bunting. So I don't know if there's like a big like celebration coming up or a family event coming up and you're dreading seeing these people. But you need to remember how magical you are and how much power you have. And you have Kenaz as the inner energy, this inner wisdom that can be cracked open and brought out. And also it's of the torch, so it's about going into the shadows and finding the light, following the light in to find the truth. But the shadow rune to this was Gabo, which is about mutual exchange, meeting of energies. Kenaz meets Kenaz, someone recognizing the light instead of recognizing the dark. Because that's what when we meet people, we meet mirrors of ourselves. And so when we're like, oh my God, you're so beautiful, you're so wonderful, that's a reflection of us, a projection of us, as much as seeing the bad parts are too. So when you see a lot of people around you that are good, that is actually reflections of yourself. And then you have blessed as that final card. To remember that you are blessed, but also the world is blessed. These people are blessed to have you in them, and to remember that you are a blessing. Blessings are bestowed, they're not given.
Yeah.
And so there's a reason why they're put on people. And so they can only be put on people that are kind of worthy of that blessing. Like, yes, I assent to this. Yes, I agree to this. And that's kind of what a boundary is. You bless them with access to you because they have shown that they are committed to you as much as you're committed to them. It's okay to keep parts of yourself to yourself as well. I feel like there's people that you don't want to share information with, and that's okay to do that because they've hurt you in the past. It's about looking back at proven behavior rather than what you hope someone is like. Facts are facts, right? What they've done, the evidence. And I just feel mermaid. So much mermaid energy.
Yeah, she's got a lot of mermaid.
I say mermaid, I think it's merman, but yeah, there's masculine in the mermaid. That fractal, I think, was male rather than female energy. You've played all the parts. But yeah, that's what I'm getting. It's about they've pushed you out at a boundary, so it's okay for you to do it right back at them if you need to. Meet them with their energy as much. There's a thread. You just have to follow the threads. And it's not a thread backwards, it's a thread forwards. A thread to where you're going, not rather than where you've been. Wow, the emotions of that. And I'm done. I'm spent. Oh, I was going to throw them.
So next on the list is Dina. And then I have a list running in the bottom. And then Audrey, Tracy, Emily, and Veronica. Great. Okay. So I'm going to update this guy. Okay, Dina, you ready? Shokoto reishi ni akotororo harayashi. Yeah. Sable's rating applies to you too. You're going to get like a secret double one.
If it resonates, take it.
Yeah.
Run off, right?
That's what happens, right? When you feel the message resonating, it's for you too. So this is just going to be a continuation, I feel like. That was the warm up. Sable got you all nice and warm. And that happens so many times when that's what's so great about doing these, why we love doing these, the style, right? Because yeah, we do lots of private ones and that's great, but there's just something about coming together as a community because our collective, we really start to see that we're not alone and we're all kind of going through the same turn. And how we, oh my God. Okay. So I actually feel like that follows right along. Having the courage, continue to stand your ground with your choices and allow them to be yours. And follow your passion and creativity, right? So taking from where you were, yeah, it is. It ties right in. Trust in the High Priestess. That knowledge within. You are your own gatekeeper. Trust yourself, right? Yeah. Logic and justice. Facts are just facts. You said that, right? That I feel like I felt that being said. So like all of that really is, yeah, power, perseverance. It's like all coming into that. Look, comfort and community. Hi, Melanie. Go where it feels good and trust that. You know, and I think this is like really an overall message for all of us, right? Lean in toward those who celebrate and support you. Create your circles with those that believe in you, even when you don't believe in yourself. I'm feeling like this is the overall reading for the closing of this portal too. And something that was mentioned earlier is really taking an assessment of where we are and choosing ourselves. Not our guides, not our teachers, not our angels, not us as us. What works for human me, right? That's important. Trusting ourselves. We can sing and the cows come home about putting that on, right? But when we say authentically, I choose this, it's a whole different ballgame. And I think that's something that's really beautiful about you, Dina, is that you do that. You say, I choose this, right? You allow your humanness, fractal soul, this beautiful, wild thing, to stand up and say, no, I choose this. Yeah, I listen to all the advice that's given to me and I look around, but at the end of the day, I trust what I'm sensing, right? Some of that's called the higher self, right? It's when we tune into the essence of us, right? And we're all part of each other, and we trust that. Because sometimes we get away from trusting ourselves because we're coming into all of these beautiful guides and teachers and all over the place, right? And we're getting all this outside stuff. And it's beautiful being part of that community. But when we start to rely on them instead of ourselves, we sometimes lose our way. Which is why that's when your circle comes in, right? Your soul family that will look at you and say, oof, but we love you anyway, right? That will never change. And you can be whoever you are, but they will tell you. And they'll celebrate. Always cheer you on. Right? Divine sovereignty, transparency, the authenticity of ourselves, that each unique frequency belongs however we want to. Okay, I'm done.
You can go, Lorna, if you're
All
ready.
right. Yeah. Okay. So when I say your name, Selena's saying, look up, and there's this beautiful star, and it has many points on, but it's just so yellow, it's blinding. And I like to travel the universe and go around to crystal stars and just float and just be happy. And Selena's saying, just be happy, just be you. You're unique. I mean, at the end of the day, we've done quite a few lives together and we're both oracles. And yes, sometimes we do think, well, how do people perceive me? And God, do they think then your left brain's kicking in thinking, oh my gosh, they think I'm crazy. But do you know what? Unique is the most beautiful thing that you can be. We are all unique in our own way. Okay. So then I'm in the sea and I'm walking along the beach, and I see this like cleft of a rock. And in the middle of it is a pool where the sea comes in and it fills out and then it goes out again. Okay. And funny enough, I seen this penguin and I pulled you an animal card and it was a penguin. Yes. And you're sat with your tribe and the people that love and respect you, because do you know what? I love my llamas because they are mine, they are everybody's as well. But a penguin has been having flashes of penguins quite a lot recently. And I just think they're so unique. And when you look, they're so elegant and admirable. You have different types of penguins. And I just think you're so unique. And you go in the water, but also your journey goes out as well. And you've got to stop listening. You can have, it's like Allison was saying, you can have all this advice, but we sometimes lose ourselves. And I know you're just got the most beautiful heart ever out. Your first card was go deep, explore your roots. And I feel that's what you're doing at the moment, knowing who you are, where you should be, and open your heart to joy. Be that fairy, be that penguin, be so proud of who you are, because the people that are around you at the moment love you so much. And I'm leading you towards the answer to your prayers, because I know you've been asking different things. And I know with the dragon energy and everything that you have, please listen to follow the steps. I'm communicating through your intuition, through your dreams. And I know you've been having a lot of dreams recently as well, because you need to, and also purify your soul. So this yellow card, because I use these on healing, when I looked up, it all started with this beautiful yellow star that was beaming. And then you just go as a penguin and you just be happy for who you are. And I love you very much anyway, but and we all do, but you're unique. Be yourself. But lots of licks. That's from Lily and Jack. Finish.
From Lorna, really.
Yeah.
That's from Lily and Jack. For me, I've got this unblocking of energy, rejuvenated energy, finally coming into a place where you feel balanced and healthy and creativity flowing. And I don't just think I think it's physical energy as well, feeling stronger, feeling like you're getting it back. I kind of feel like this last portal, the 2s to the 22s. Hey, Terry. Yes, please, to a cup of tea. It kind of feels like this is kind of a gateway opening for you to start out the blocks with a direction, whatever direction it is that you're wanting to do. It just feels like it's all coming through. You've been in a period, I don't know, I want to say apathy, but I don't know if it's necessarily that, but there's a situation of numbness to it, a situation that's numbness, an emotional thing again. But it feels like it's about taking yourself out of where you are in that moment and seeing a bigger picture, that it's not in the bath. Thanks for sharing that with the whole world, Terry. I love that Lorna's on a live and it's Terry that's in a bath. Anyway, so there's apathy, but it's about taking yourself out of that situation, not knowing which way to go with an opportunity being given to you, or a cup or an apology being given to you. It's taking it back, that step back, and getting a higher perspective. I love that this card has the prayer flags, because I kind of feel like you're one of those, like a bit like those prayer flags. Like you're up on this high pinnacle, like this high spot. And the reason they tie them up on the mountains is because they believe that, and they're all tethered so that they blow in the wind, is because they believe that the essence, the energy of that flag will be wafted out on the winds. And that's why they have to flow in the wind, so that energy can be taken out. And I kind of feel like that's what you do. You project out all this light and this hope and this beautiful, and I want to say innocent, but not in a bad way, like this innocent, naive, kind of almost childlike energy. And I don't mean that you're not a grown-up or irresponsible. I just mean there's this purity to what you shine out to the world that is wafted out. And also her hair is so many colors. It's all in the colors that you use. And so it's about recognizing that if you've been feeling a bit blocked, or like, am I doing the right thing? Or is this what I'm supposed to be doing? Then this to me is confirmation that absolutely that is what you're supposed to be doing. That the messages you convey out are manifesting things that you may never get to see the fruition of. Because as healers, we give them the tools and we give them the direction, but we don't necessarily see the fully evolved version of what happens when they're fully healed. And actually, the hardest part of that is that they're with you when they need you. It's like Mary Poppins, right? They're with you when they need you. And when they want you, or when they don't need you anymore, you're no longer in their lives. You're kind of removed from their life because you're not there to be this crutch for them anymore. The crutch has to go at some point. So if you've been wondering that you're not seeing the end goal, or did that have an effect? You've done the part that you're supposed to play. And as hard as it is to not see that end, just know that you're doing the right thing, because the rune that I got was Yara, which is to do with seeds and planting them and maintaining them. But the shadow rune for that I got was Issa, the need to like not be involved, to sit back, to allow things to happen, and that you can't directly control someone's outcome. They have to do that work, but you are doing that, what is necessary. You're planting the seeds. It's a bit like putting a seed in the ground, right? You can water it and but you can't do the growing for that seed. It has to do that seed, that growing itself. For you, for the oracle cards, I had here and now, be in the moment, but I feel like that's more about meditating and taking yourself out of the situation to see the bigger picture, to see that there are other things going on at play that maybe you're not aware of because you're in this part. And then, to be fair, and it was a fortune cookie and an egg on those scales, but I kind of feel like either way, they're both full of potential. They may be in different containers, but they're both full of potential. And I feel like that's a reminder for you that you may be in one container and one flavor, and somebody else can be in a different flavor, and you can both do the same thing, or, you know, have this healing. You can heal in different ways. You're equally as valid as potential as somebody else of delivering a message, right? A fortune cookie delivers a message. So you are equal. And there's owls all over these as well. But the other thing that we have is a change in the wind, and I do feel like there is a change coming in, but I feel like this is because your energy is starting to ramp up and get going again. That a change of direction isn't always a bad thing. We resist change because sometimes being where we are is comfortable, and sometimes there's comfort in knowing better the devil you know, but sometimes you have to get out of that comfort to grow. So I don't know if this is you changing direction into something. It doesn't necessarily feel, well, it could be work, but it doesn't necessarily feel work. It feels like there are changes that need to happen. But the main thing is that you stay true to you. Because when I was sat with a vision, or the vision-y thing, they showed me sweetgrass. So if you don't use that already in your smoke cleansing, it might be worth using that. Especially if it's indigenous to where you are, you can do that. You can use that. I think that's often forgotten, that you can use sweetgrass, and also the act of braiding it. There's stuff you can do when you're braiding it together to do that. So I don't know if it's about you making those braids ready to do it, but there you go. And I had plumeria, which kind of tied in a lot with what Lorna was saying about the beauty and the health and the purity of who you are coming through. And also springtime. I think as we turn strongly, oh, that scared me then, strongly into spring. I thought you're in the bath.
Out the bath.
You got out the bath.
Yeah, I thought it'd be the easiest thing.
I could have waited. Okay. Yeah, plumeria. It's like the Hawaiian flower, the surf flower that there is. But yeah, and again, springtime. I kind of feel like that's when you really kick into this new direction. Spring's already started here. I've already seen daffs everywhere. But yeah. Those prayer flags, though. They just send out their messages out there. They're healing out there. It doesn't see where it ends up. It just knows that it's out there, and it will hit who it's supposed to. And I'm done. Love you, Dina.
Love you. Thank you so much. Sorry, I'm like, sweetgrass. Let me.
Sweetgrass, yeah.
Amazing.
Here's a link
really good for cleansing. I think we're so used to saying we need to use sage, and white sage in particular.
Yeah, we do. There's so many choices.
You can use actual normal sage. Normal sage.
I use incense sticks. Use anything.
Yep. You can literally use a candle if you want to.
Audrey.
If I could put things in places to remind myself, that would be great. Oh, copal's amazing too. Yeah, copal resin.
Yeah, copal. Yeah, Palo Santo. There's so many fun things.
I quite like cedar.
Yeah. I'm a big juniper fan too.
Mm.
All right, Audrey. Brusk. Nark ik iotokot arkshinyak ort. Mark isk ark. Ooh, you're planning something.
Uh-huh.
Shinyako Sotoro. Damn, you got almost the same exact cards as Gina, but different. Yeah, what? Welcome to the party, Audrey. Nashkara. Okay, we're gonna start from the white oracle deck. Light oracle deck. White light oracle deck. Whatever. I know I never get the English right. I'm sorry. I never any of the names right. Learning how to use my human mouth still. Give me a break. Okay. Right? Garura Suparara. Suparara. Supara. I don't know. Sorry. Cultivate confidence in yourself. You have inner spiritual power to deal wisely and effectively with any situation. Don't allow anyone to take advantage of your kind nature. Reflect upon what action feels best for you to take and then follow through with decisiveness. Do not allow negativity to get a grip of your life. Positive energy and outcomes are indicated. So this is the earthly counterpart is the eagle, right? So what I'm hearing is really take a step back and assess the situation. Whatever you're planning and manifesting and getting ready, that has to do, you've got the knowledge, right? Here's the High Priestess card. It's within you. You've got the Ace, right? Prosperity, manifestation. It's like the beginnings of that, creating it into the 3D world, into this world. To be tenacious, not give up. It's okay that you're a different flavor. It's also okay that you do similar things, right? Like we all have our own contracts and lessons, and we're here to help each other experience all of that. Okay, so if you're open to this, there's this like around your neck. It's a chain, but it's like an animal collar, like a metal collar. I'm gonna go totally off the rails, but this is what they're showing me. What they're showing me is that you were a bear in a circus. They found you when you were a cub. Your mother had eaten something poisonous. I don't know if they were hunters or something. Anyway, they caught you, and you basically were caged and forced to perform your whole life as this bear in this circus. And if you didn't perform, you wouldn't eat. You weren't fed. So that's right here. And you've brought that into this life. This fractal of your life is stepping forward and asking for ready to be released, which will in turn help you be able to truly step into your freedom and release that and bless it. Staying in the flow is planning, by the way. It's just a different perspective. Yeah, I know. Yashkarinia kotoraraki to grototo protochinia kototoraki. Shanakara araki. Okay, I'm just going to speak to you directly. They don't want me to mess it up with English. I love when I say that. Yashataraki, Shimia Kotora, Ara, Rashini, Totokotoro, Ipia Kotora, Arshiniki, Yashototaki, Ia Nakototo, Uroshikia Nahara, Arkimia Totora, Arshieti, Kieti, Nakotosoriati, Mia, Tororoshikiti, Nekotora, Oraha, Shetara E, Kara Uroshini, Pia Kotora, Arashikiti, Shienakatara, Ahaya, Manakiasa, Tarauko, Shinia, Tototor, Miki, Shiatara, Ishiakiti, Puro Krieshanasara, Isikia, Totora, Arama, Katara, Ashatara, Nakatara. Toro ikimia so totoro ishi atara mikishi kotare mekishi iatara shatara no toto. Okay. They said I delivered the message accurately. I'm done. Oof.
Okay, so as I'm sat here in my therapy room, I've just looked out my window and I keep looking at it, and it looks like a dragon, and it's a massive tree. But when you look at the shape of it, okay, and then I feel like I'm actually on the bark and I'm running up this tree. I feel that you've got all these ideas that you've had them, and you just want to go with the flow. And I'm climbing up all the time. I feel like that all the time. I feel like that. It's all these downloads where Spirit speaks to us. That Selena's stepping in and saying, do you know what? You're unique. You go for it. What's really good for you will be good for anybody else. Okay, so I picked moon cards for you. The first one is when I was saying about all these messages that are coming to you. And it says, New Moon in Gemini, think it through. Think about these things, all these messages. Take that rest time, because your next moon one is shine. And you see all the sunflowers underneath. And you just think, wow, these are all the people that really love and respect you. Okay? Okay. And also your next card was commitment. On about the eagle, and we've all got you, and we'll always stand by you on what you want to do, because your next card is intuition and downloads. This is why I was saying that we get all these messages and we just want to run through it, but just think about things. You don't need to run 100 miles up a tree. Just take your time. And I've always said this. I said this to somebody yesterday and the day before. When from going from A to B, we go so quick. But just take our time, because all these things that we learn, and just enjoy your journey. And I've dropped your other card. I'm ever so sorry. But your animal card was an owl. So when I was reading upon the owl is wisdom. The owl is sat on the bark at night and through the dark, and he just sits there and he watches and he looks and he listens. Because it says about sight, detach your emotions from situations you cannot control. The owl comes to you to help you lift the veils around you, to sense more of the unseen, connecting you with hidden psychic gifts and senses. If you ask her, she asks that you take time to connect with the wise person within. Give her space and time to speak through you. The owl also brings perspective to see the situations with a deeper sense of understanding. Reground yourself and ask the owl to help you see. And also the crystals this comes with this is your obsidian, which is your grounding, and jade, which is nurturing. Yeah. I have this almighty love that I want to give to you, because I feel like you're so unique, and the beauty lies within, and the people that want to see it will the ones that will care for you and love you. But I hope that helps. Lots of licks from Jack and Lily.
I don't know if Allison said it on this one, but there is that saying, which has been quoted today already: as above, so below, as within, so without. For you, it's as within, so without. Your power comes from your heart space when you manifest. You have to feel it to manifest it. That's your generator, emotions. You have to know how it will feel to have it for it to come into being. I feel like you don't have to actively do anything to bring things in. I'm literally just shown dominoes. Like, you just set out that intention, ding, 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 and it will knock on until it comes back to where it's supposed to, that final result. You just have to put in that initial impetus and things come back round. You also got the Knight of Inspiration, which is the Knight of Wands, fire. But I love this because to me, it just feels like things happen like that. And I literally, when I looked at that card, I had that Katy Perry song, Baby, You're a Firework. But it was more the boom, boom, boom. It was that boom, 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 even brighter than the moon. It was like things happen. You just say, you feel something and then it will happen. Especially if you work with the moon for manifesting, I think. Tracking where you are, how the moon affects your emotions, and then you'll know how to use the moon to manifest. And I don't think it's traditionally how you would follow a moon manifestation cycle. Like if you read into moonology like that, I don't think that would necessarily apply, because it doesn't feel like that's the way the moon works with you, because we all have a personal relationship with it. And I can tell you to release on the full moon, but if you feel like releasing just before the new moon is the best thing for you, then that's the best. That's when your energy resonates, and it's about trusting your intuition with that. But what you did have is whatever it is you're trying to make or want to bring into happening, bring into being, to create, bringing in for yourself, actively going and doing that. You have the Sun card, so that's success and abundance. But it also kind of follows on with the next set of cards that I have is TikTok, which is, it's not about time being up. It's about what if time didn't exist, because time is a concept that we've constructed to understand what's happening. Things can happen simultaneously all at the same time. The past, the present, and future all happen simultaneously. If you go and travel into a memory, you're actually traveling back in time, effectively. So the concept of time doesn't have to be a part necessarily of your manifesting, because it's kind of, by knowing that it's already here, it brings it into here. It brings it in. You can do that. Also, you had milk and honey and peace. I really feel like this is about you just savoring the good, the amazing. Like, you don't have to actively go out and do anything. You can actually just know that it's coming and just go and find fulfillment in whatever's happening now. Go on the whimsy, go and follow that, go and enjoy whatever's happening, because it feels like the more you enjoy life and the more you have this appreciation of all the wonderful, delicious things in your life, the more abundance comes into you. And there is a lot of joy in your life, and there's also a lot of potential within you. Like, you can create anything you want to. The Empress is literally the channel from the divine or the other realms into this physical realm, and you're an incredible manifester to have that card. It's just, I know I deserve it. I'm ordering it, and I know what it'll already feel like when I have it. And that's almost like there's enough of that going on anyway, innately, that you can just go and enjoy yourself and be grateful for all that wonderful abundance in your life, and that kind of attracts it even more. Yes. Be in this moment. And even if things aren't great right now, that has a rainbow. So even if they're not great in that moment, you know that the sun will come up again, that it will come back in. You just need to make hay while the sun shines and savor that. Because that's what we take into the darkness to bring us back round again, to remind us that the light returns. There's an egg as well, and that's potential. And I'm done.
Love it. Keep us posted. Thank you so much.
She feels powerful.
Yeah,
Right.
it's a big. I'm feeling that too.
Boom, boom, boom.
Tracy. You're up now, Tracy.
I thought you were about to sing Daisy Daisy then.
What's Daisy Daisy?
Do they not know that over there? Daisy, Daisy, give me your answer too. I'm half crazy, all for the love of you. It would be a stylish marriage. I can't afford a carriage, but you'll look sweet upon the seat of a bicycle made for two.
Boom,
What?
boom.
I need to learn this song.
It's cute.
Good morning. Thank you so much, Amanda. I can sing now.
So it's Tracy.
Tracy.
This card came up for you before somehow, Tracy. Yep. Yeah.
Am I not seeing Tracy's name coming up? Are they under Facebook user?
Yes.
Everybody seems to be Facebook user today.
Oh, you just got that.
It's bad singing, Tina. I don't practice the singing anymore.
Maybe that's the key. Maybe that's what the Fae want.
I'll just go out in my garden and sing Les Mis just on a whim.
Oh my God. Can we sing just like they did in The Magicians?
No.
One day more.
Oh, I love that song. My favorite one is On My Own. That's my song. That's my shower song. I sing that in the shower. Washing up all the sadness while singing a sad song.
One day more for revolution.
We'll bring him home. Bring him home.
I've loved Les Mis forever.
I haven't watched it.
The only musical I like more than Les Mis is Miss Saigon.
This one time in 5th grade, I was supposed to go to London to see Miss Saigon and hang out with our cousins. And because my mom wanted me to go, I said no. So 12-year-old Allison was not good at making decisions, guys. I could have seen Miss Saigon with the original Broadway cast.
With the helicopter that
actually comes in. I could have seen that in real life, but no. Preteen Allison was like, I don't want to go to London and see Miss Saigon. So dumb.
I love that music.
I still love her though.
I've never cried as much in one.
I haven't seen it.
I wanted to go see it with him. Aww.
It's
I've seen
Phantom. I haven't seen Phantom.
I've seen both.
I want to go see Wicked.
Oh yeah, Wicked's awesome.
I love the music.
So over here, you can do these little websites where you can win free tickets. And Bishop and I won free tickets to go to St. Louis, which is like 3.5 hours here, and we saw it for free.
Amazing.
I know.
You could be a theatre buff, couldn't you?
Yeah.
I love the theatre. We went to watch We Will Rock You, but we watched the matinee and it was really weird because you come out in daylight and you're like, this isn't right.
It's good. Sorry, I had total ADHD derailment, guys.
Sorry.
Okay, so Tracy, this soul writing card popped out, and I got a direct quote from your team and says, it's time to sit down and write. Yeah, London does have all the best shows. There's just like, so you've got the 2 of crystals, the 9 of crystals, and the 7 of crystals, right? There's just a lot. You've got the kangaroo, the spider, and the freaking anteater. Like, you're just in this world, right? In this earthly world, there's been a lot of change. But with that, because you've adapted and you've rewove and you restructured, and you saw other options and you took it, this was your path choice, right? And you said yes to yourself and you said yes to everything, and you really were able. And part of this change in this past turn that happened was because it was really time for you to actually see and feel the love and support that people have for you. And so now in this next turn, you're moving into this super abundant. So I'm just hearing like, sit down and write, just automatic write whatever comes out of your soul, whatever that is, and allow it to marinate and jubilate and change and grow and just let it go wild and then put it out there and see what happens. Because there's something about the way that you weave is really important. And I'm not sure if this has to do with like a biography so much to speak, or it could be fiction. They're saying it doesn't matter, that it's important that your words are read. Yeah. It's going to help heal a lot of people, your words. Should you choose that, right? Through the mist they will follow, to the light that shines within. Yeah. Yeah, they're not going to let me look at anything. They don't want me to look at anything. They want me to look at just this. Because when you write, you bring it into the world. And that really allows for so much. I don't think you realize what an amazing healer you are. And you just being you and how it touches people and changes them, heals them. And sometimes people are threatened by that because it's so natural within you, right? And you give love so effortlessly. And there are just a lot that mirror that you give them, that it's what they've always yearned for or wanted to be, that perception. You allow them to see their best selves, right? And then as you shine, yeah. Yeah. That's your superpower, right? Hi. Kayleigh, one of your Sammys is here. It's my favorite. A Sammy is here. Yay! There's just so much in you, right? I could see it. It's, you just reach in and take it and realize that so many will support you along this way, along this journey. Your words give hope and breath to those that are lost. And you remind them that they matter. and that everyone belongs. And you put the effort to ensure that people know that they're wanted and that they matter. Not everybody does that. In fact, I've heard it's quite rare. So sit and write. That is our team's recommendation. Just looking and feeling and stepping into your heart space. I would love to read those words on paper and have them move me. I think it would be a good time. Okay, I'm done.
Okay, so this sounds really bizarre.
Yes.
Okay, so if you imagine like a pole, I'm not saying you're a pole dancer by anything, it's just big pole, and you've got this big round silver circle, and in with it is a star, but you're holding on, and it's going down this pole, and you're just swinging all the way down, and then you stop, and you're there at the right time, the right situation to give love and caring and to be there for people. And then when you've done that, you're going back down again. And this is what you're doing through your life. You're going round, stopping, going round, stopping. Okay. And at one point, I thought you were a ballet dancer in the universe because you were so elegant going down this pole. So your first card was talent. So unique. So gifted. Okay. And also, okay, you're very much grounded because your first one is like protection, but you've got like you're holding the world. And when you look at this card, you've got butterflies, which is transformation as well. It's amazing what butterflies do because I've been looking into this as well. And some nights I can just sit there and go, all right, so why you show me a butterfly? There's more to a butterfly than just going off and being beautiful. And then this is our life, isn't it? We transformate and then we're there. And then another thing comes in, and that's our upgrades. Because Lily said to me, pull a card out. And this card was thank you. Thank you for being who you are. And when you've got the sunflowers, and then when you look at the card, it's got a heart on it. So your next card was rose of the colour of the heart. And the rose for me is rich with love. Because you get different types of red, don't you? And we can all look at different colours. But to me, you're full, you're happy. You've got that richness about you. And you're, believe it or not, and your animal card is a snake. What does the snake do? It goes up a ladder. So when I was reading a bit more about a snake, see, I feel that your past life was Egyptian. Okay, so I'm on a pyramid, and this snake is literally going up right to the point. We go up, we learn, and I do agree, lots of writing, because the snake is about, keep throwing cards around today, channeling your creative passion, welcome the transformation. So when you have that card and then you have that card, it's got butterflies on it. And that's because you're so talented. But it says, one thing is for sure, the snake appears, it means business, action and change. And your crystal would be serpentine. Just get a piece and it will just help you. And personally, I can't go near a snake because I'm a bit scared of it. But one day I'll take that fear away. But snake is soulful. Yeah, you were Egyptian. I see back then you were Egyptian. okay, so I see this lady, and you've got a pyramid, and you've got a pathway, and you're there on the floor, and you're pushing the sand away to make the path clear for people to walk. You need to get up and literally take that step and walk through your journey, because the snake goes up. But yeah, Lily thinks you're so talented. But lots of licks from Lily and Jack.
It's my favorite. Oh, it's so good. Thank you, Tracy. We love you so much. Okay.
I haven't done mine.
I know.
Okay. It sounded like you were ending it. I was like, I haven't done mine.
Well, because I was updating the list, and then I was like, but
Oh.
we're not really there yet.
Okay.
Sorry, future Allison and current Allison were having a battle. Yeah.
See, the future and the present happened all at the same time. What I've got for you, first of all, the rune that you had was Hagalaz, which is ice, which is hail, hitting, lashing, bang, 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 a storm hitting you, and it does damage. It does take its toll, and absolutely, but it's also called the cold seed because it goes down, it melts down, and it takes that wisdom and knowledge and lesson and puts it into the ground to allow something to grow up after. And also had Naudis, which is about the need fire. It's the community fire. So although you got hit hard, a new community that is needed, that brings warmth and light and guidance and wisdom to others, has come from a storm. I was about to say something else, but it was sweary, and I don't want to swear today. It's not like me, but I don't want to swear today. I feel like my nan's going to tell me off if I do. So yeah, it's something had to happen for what was needed to be brought to allow people to find warmth in their storms, to warm their homes, to warm their hearths, and to have that comfort of fire. There's also wisdom in fire, but there's it feels more like the way shower, the light, the warmth of it, rather than the other aspects of that. But yeah, and you can't get a fire like that without a little friction. There's going to be a friction attached to that, but that's okay because it's necessary. It's needed. It's a need fire. It's not just a fire that's going to go and blast and destroy everything. It's a need fire. We need it. And this is just the very beginning of a journey that you feel called to do. It's just the very beginning. It's the very initial. You had an idea and you started to bring that into being. It's going to continue to grow. You have the Temperance card, and Temperance is all about being a mediator, first of all, to a certain extent, bringing people together that may not normally be brought together, but you have this magical way of bringing them all together in this beautiful blend and mix, like some sort of spiritual cocktail. Yep, okay. The spirits are in cocktails. But the outcome card that I have with this is the sun, that you will see. The wonderful thing about the solar plexus, it reminds me, I always think of the Chariot card, because with the Chariot card, it's that kind of confidence that comes from somebody achieving something they never thought they could possibly do. They never thought it was in them to do it. And I feel like this sun card comes after you recognizing that you can navigate, that you can find that path of least resistance to get to where you're supposed to be. Even if it's a slow path, you will get there. And there's divine protection with the Temperance card. There's a divine angelic kind of protection around you on this path, because this is what you're supposed to be doing. It's also a card of a calling, answering a calling. And it feels like that's what you're doing. When it came to the oracle cards that I had no place like home. I took the phrase because it's quite funny, because we just mentioned Wicked. And that phrase always reminds me of Dorothy, and how she said, there's no place like home, there's no place like home. But she needs to remember, she was reminded by Glinda that that the magic was inside her all along. You had the power within you all along, but she had to go on that journey to find out that she had that power, what she was capable of. And I kind of feel like that's where you are. You want to be doing certain things and you want to be, I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to do it. It's about the journey of going to find that. I have the thinker that's on there. And I think that's what you do. You're thinking a lot. I want to do this. I want to do this. It's about going out and co-creating that, finding the teacher that can teach you those tools. If you want to learn a certain thing, go and find the teacher that can help you create that future with you. You are a co-creator of your future. You don't have to sit and wait for things to come to you. You can absolutely go out and create with the universe what it is you want to do. When I was sat, it's funny you mentioned that Lorna mentioned Egypt, because I saw Isis was the first thing I saw when I stepped into your energy. Just her sat there in profile, or like, yeah, this is the power. So I don't know if you work with deities or you want to look into Isis and what she works in, or if she's around you, you could probably feel her presence if you know what it is she has. So it's about going out there and finding that information and then using that. I was as this phrase popped in my head, there was a guy next to me and he had like grey hair and he had something with his jaw here, which was really weird. But anyway, and he just goes, but you always pull the rabbit out the hat. You can always pull the magic out. You always pull the magic out when you need to. The rabbit always pulls out. And it was this top hat that was lifted off my head and it was pulls a rabbit out the hat. And then I saw a razor shell, and which is really weird. You know those razor shells that you have on the beach, the long ones? And I looked into the symbolism of that, and it says that you, when it shows up as a spirit guide or as a sign, it's when you are in a place when you need energy, because it helps you to be able to siphon energy when you need balance in your life. Again, temperance is about balance, bringing that sweet spot, that balance in. It's also about when you need to connect to the earth. And it also is when you need to be able to go within and the strength to do that. So, maybe you have this razor clam guide, but have a look into it. If you want, Tracy, I can send you the link to that page so you can find out a bit more about it, because I've never had a razor clam come up before. Although I am now being shown by my Nan a picture that I put on her wall, which is lovely, Nan, but not really what's to do with this. So, well, it might be. Maybe it's about a childhood day on the beach or a piece of artwork that you made as a kid. Maybe it's to do with that. But yeah, it's reminding you, and there's an egg in this as well, that you are also part of the creating energy within whatever you want to make. You just have to know it's within you. For me, I feel like with you, a lot of it is linked to confidence, self-confidence and self-belief. Knowing that you, knowing that you're capable, knowing that you can do these things. Because that's a lot of my growth has come from Allison going, you can do that. And I'm like, no, I can't. She goes, you're already doing it. Blah, 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 blah. And it's like, oh, yeah, I'm already doing it. Lorna's done it to me. She goes, Kayleigh, you already do that. You've always done that. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I have. So sometimes you're already doing it, but because you don't see it, you sometimes need people to reflect that back to you. But yeah, the magic is inside of you. You just have to find those shiny red shoes that can help you realize that that's what you have. Find your Glinda that goes, you've had the magic inside you all along. You just have to know it was there. And I feel like that's the message for you. You have to know that it's there. And actually, by the group that you've created and the work that you've been doing over the last 6 months, year, you've probably been picking up things along the way without even really realizing that you're picking things up. So, yeah. Anyway, that's what I have. I hope that's helpful, Tracy. I love it. I love going and playing in Tracy's group as well. It's a great group.
I'm going to be there March 5th. Saturday.
Yeah. Is that this Saturday? No, next Saturday.
What day of the week is it? Guys, what day of the week are we on?
Tuesday.
Next Saturday.
The actual, if you do it, the whole number, 2202 2022, it's a palindrome that way as well today.
Yeah, it's really special.
If you're British, obviously.
You're British. I know, I have to be like, that's why I was at the type out what the dates are. Because I'm like, I don't know who's looking at this. So I'm just writing February 22nd.
Did you take Jared's class in the end?
Huh?
Did Tracy take Jared's class in the end?
I don't know.
Because that was amazing.
Yeah. Jared's an amazing.
Good teacher.
All right. So we're closing the list because we just hit 2 hours and we're trying to hold close to like.
Are we 2 hours already?
Yeah, well, we've
Hasn't it
our
flown?
our ADHDs. We've talked about stuff. So we have Emily, Veronica, and then Melanie. The key is for me not to get distracted.
That was Tracy Hall, right? I didn't dream that up.
What?
That was Tracy Hall we just read for.
Yeah. You
Okay,
didn't.
fine.
You didn't.
Yeah.
I just went on the word Tracy.
Yeah, I just assumed. I went. Have I wrongly assumed that was Tracy Hall?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Hi, babe. We were just talking about you.
See, speak of Jared, he turns up.
All the time. Yeah, guys.
Isn't
If you
he
want
like the same day as you?
a good guide, Jared's it. You'll learn all
Jared
kinds.
is an excellent
amazing.
teacher.
He's
And
amazing.
reader.
And reader and healer. He does all the things.
He does all the things.
I actually don't praise him enough. And he always lets me have the spotlight because he says it's important to support me, which makes me want to support him more. He's also the whole reason our house eats. So otherwise I'd probably waste away to nothing.
No, I sat here and went, that guy doesn't know what he's talking about. He's awful. Of course it was all good.
Miss Emily, are you here, friend?
Food facts, indeed.
I know. My astrologer just said that he needs to feed me properly, and I definitely need to go find out what I'm not allowed to have. And I was like, ugh.
Have you got to do the FODMAP thing?
What?
Are you doing the FODMAP thing? You're looking at me like...
I don't know.
It's a thing where you go through and you eliminate foods, and when you put them back in...
Oh, yeah. I did that already.
Right.
I just don't care about the answers.
I love you so much.
Because that means, listen, that means my life is going to consist of dark leafy greens.
Which you drink every day anyway.
No, I seasonal now because I get tired of it. And basically I don't care about dairy or gluten or any of that way. Oh, Dina, nutrition's my husband's jam. He like knows it, and he knows me. I have to get, I don't know, some Ayurvedic thing he told me. I need more fire in my belly. I have a very slow metabolism.
That sounds like a euphemism, but
like an ancient turtle. All right, Emily, let's get into it. I don't know if she's on. Should we try to timestamp her, I guess? That feels like the right thing to do in case she's not here. Right? I just would hate for her to have to go through all of this. Oh, kimchi makes me throw up. Isn't that weird? Yeah. Napa kimchi, though. I'll look into it. Oh, shoot. Go back to work. Have fun. Okay. I have to figure out how to tag. No, that's what Jared said. Oh, that's Jared. I was like, Jared just said that to me this morning. Oh, that's him. I don't know what any of that means, buddy. Just feed me the food. He's probably going to tell me I can't eat things, which is going to be really horrible. And I'm liking my own comment. That's fun. Miss Emily. I can't tag her.
What's her name?
Emily. Hold on. I don't know if this is her. Because sometimes you know how the Facebook names are different from the human PayPal names? Yeah, Ayurvedic medicine's really cool. Yeah, no, I know this part. Can I look at this part? Emily Gameson.
Okay.
Okay, well, I'm just going to put it in here and then...
I'm going to, I know her.
You
so
do?
Yes, I'm going to tag her now.
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure. 2 hours, 5 minutes, and 48 seconds. Oh my gosh. She's about to go through a deep cleansing. Holy cow. Right? You're on mute, but you just said yes. You're nodding.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Wow. What? I can't even believe I'm going to say this out loud.
I sent her a message.
Okay, let's just give her a second. At least she knows where she's at.
Yeah, she's in university.
Oh, she's probably okay. Okay. We'll just go ahead and go in that way. If she comes in, she can watch it. She knows where she's at least. So I just am immediately, I'm like so hot right now. So I feel there's a huge fire. You're just burning away what no longer serves you. Really just choosing your own divine path and like looking at all the options and choosing what best serves you. Pouring energy into that is going to produce results, right? Do things just for fun, okay? Like, for instance, dolphins, they have sex just for fun, just because it feels good, right? So do things just for fun that feel good, whatever that is, that make your body feel good, your soul feel good. Whether that's just like sitting under a tree and just letting the breeze go by, or going for a swim, or anything where your body's involved. Taking a delicious bath with all kinds of yummy oils and candles and flowers, whatever speaks to you, right? And it's like really saying yes to yourself. Acorns and shells, just so much like, so much movement's happening. There's like I'm feeling a little nervousness in my solar plexus, a little uncertainty, like a little nauseous. That's okay. It's excitement too, of the unknown. That's what I'm feeling. Wow, you're really going to take off. The more you say yes to yourself, there is no limit and there are no rules. And you are really putting yourself in a place of opportunity to really live your best and highest timeline. Like when I feel into you, I feel the sun shining down on your face. I don't know if you do mediumship, but you can, should you choose, in your way. Yeah, releasing the fear. I'm going to do a little bit of soul language I'm going to leave it at your door, right? So should you say yes to this, I'm going to leave it. And then what the intent will do is just help release that grip, right? That grip of fear, just kind of release it enough to just help you breathe a little deeper. So This is going for all that are here that say yes to this, to release this as we close the portal, to release that in and allow it to stay and allow us to continue on. So you can say yes in the comments. You can just say yes to yourself. Great. Yay, Emily. Okay. So this is a gift for all those who need to receive it at this time. Yeah? Great. Nara uhura ya nara ia rodo ya na I. Yara oro ya na ara I ara o. Aria ia sotora ya ni iara. Ayana oria ara ia no noreazi. Rororia naraya iara yo ya naria ya. Rorio ara ya na ia. You are your own divine sovereign being. Fear has no power over you. Ya rosoria rayana iaro o. Aria iaro oria na yaria. Just allow that release. It's okay to say goodbye. It's okay to turn towards the sun. Okay, I'm done.
So I didn't realise that you I knew Emily, but I'm going to go with what I got anyway. Okay, so I see this like... Can you imagine if you're in a box and then all of a sudden somebody's like, you're actually in the box and you're in a dark space and somebody's just punching all these holes and all this light is literally coming at you, and all of a sudden you just literally push down this wall. I feel that you've been in that dark space quite a bit, not knowing where you're going for a start, not understanding what you've been seeing, very much been in that dark space, but you only allow certain people to come in to your life, and you only trust certain amounts of people because everything has to be logical. Everything. Okay. Okay, so Lily's stepping in and saying, the beauty is within you, and it's about time that people start seeing the light. That just radiate your lights. Allow people to see the love that you have for other people. Okay, your first card is you are safe because you've been in this dark place for quite a while. This light is literally just poured in. Also, you need to clear your space of what's around you. And also you need to go outside, go outdoors, feel the nature, breathe. It's all the water energy with you. You need to start doing meditation in the bath. You need to go on walks, find the water. So do you know, like, I've got a set, do you know, like when you go going on ghost hunts and you've got the rods, they use those to find water. And so Selena's saying, look, get the rods and find the water, find your youth, find what is good for you. Okay, so don't worry about financial stuff because everything will be going, everything that you want in your life will come to you. And also, I feel like you've created another family around you as well, which that listens to you, that supports you, that takes you for who you are. but also I get titanium quartz for you as well. And basically, let the negativity literally bang back off it. Have some in your pocket. And also your animal is the cat, because I do feel you're very Egyptian anyway. And it's the cat, and it's speak your truth. Speak your truth. Be you and be proud. But whatever spirit is coming to you, just allow that. Yeah, sometimes we block because we don't understand. But if we allow the flow of life to come through, then spirit will talk to you and you'll start to understand your journey. Yeah. The dark times are gone now. The light is here. I love that cat card. Isn't that amazing? That's stunning. But yeah, lots of love.
I want to be that cat.
I love that whole deck.
Yeah.
Lush. I'm loving these cards.
I bought those because I saw somebody use them in Twin Flames and I was like, I need that deck. It's actually a really good deck. Not that it wouldn't be. It's just, anyway. I don't know why that came out, but there you go. But yeah, it's a really good deck. It was the pattern on the back that I liked, ironically, rather than the actual front.
That's so interesting.
But yeah, it's amazing.
Oh,
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay. The whole time I've been sat in this energy, I just have cried. Like tears have come down. I'm not crying, but tears have come out. And I just want to hold your heart space like this. I just want to, and I put on my green because I was like, this needs extra deep heart space. Okay, so from what I can gather from the cards and the runes, there is a lot of inner child work in the sense of there's damage that has come from bloodlines, from people, family. I hate to say parents, but I literally have orphaned card. And I feel like this is you. You're in your own nest away with very little support from people around that should support you, but they don't. And it comes after a change. So from what I'm gathering is you're out of that space, but these people are still in your life or should be. But whatever was done to you, that little kid who thought anything was possible and shook things up can still do that. She's still, wherever you need to look in your natal chart at where Uranus is in the birth chart. As every time I say Uranus, I can hear Terry laughing. I can't. Anyway, Uranus is in the birth chart.
You change it to Uranus.
Uranus.
That's how Ross Ben says it. So that's how I say it now. Because I think that sounds sexy. I'm like, look at my Uranus planet. Uranus.
You're also in this tween space, is what I feel like at the beginning of an awakening. You're in this tween space. Like you've very recently stepped onto the spiritual path, because I have the three emotions, 3 cuts, and this is absolutely people around you that love and care in your spiritual soul family that are coming in for you. But I feel like this is more to do with the person that you were, the person that you are, and the person that you're becoming. And at the moment, you're in this tween place between who you were and who you're becoming. And that path, that part of your path, if you look, she's waist deep in emotions. There's a lot of emotions to work through, to wade through. And it feels like a lot of inner child work that is part of your shadow that's coming in for you to do. There was a strong masculine energy involved in this. And this card of why, I just feel like you keep asking why am I not enough? Why am I not good enough? Why have I never known unconditional love? Why have I had all these things? Why can you not just see who I am and what I'm supposed to be rather than what you think I should be? That's really what I'm feeling like. There's all this pressure. And that little kid just wanted to fly, just wanted to follow their dreams, wanted to do it. Does she do music anyway? Anyway, it has Unfinished Symphony. And I feel like this is that kid, like, as a teenager, you probably push boundaries because you were like, no, enough. I know who I'm supposed to be. And that probably caused more stuff, more pushback the other way. You can still be whatever it was you wanted to be. You can have whatever happens to you, and you can still claim and go, no, I'm going to do it anyway. Because I pulled out an extra rune. I don't normally pull out an extra rune. And I was like, nope, I want advice this time. And you have Wunya, which is joy. It's also like sticking a flag in something and going, that's mine. That's my joy. That's what makes me happy. I'm sticking a flag in it. And even if that's like the flag in a game of golf, you know, where you're aiming for the hole, like I'm going to take aim when I'm heading for that hole. It's like you just need to plant a flag where you want to be, where you want to get to, and then do whatever you want to do to get to that point. But you have to do it for you. You cannot, it's like you need to take back that push forward. Somebody else has been pushing forward for you. Somebody else has been pushing your masculine for you. And when I was in your energy, just sat there, I don't know if you've ever seen Tinkerbell, Secret of the Wings. It turns out that when Tinkerbell was born, the baby's giggle split in two, and she had a twin sister, and she ended up in the frozen part of it. And this isn't necessary to speaking of a twin flame necessary or twin part of your soul, but it might be. But I feel like when you meet this person, it won't be a romantic twin. It's actually going to be like a sisterly friend energy. And what happens in the film is Tinkerbell kind of sacrifices her wings to save I think it's Periwinkle, but if not, anyway, Tinkerbell takes the hit, and she has this damaged wing, but the twin comes in and puts the wings up, and because they perfectly match, they heal each other. She heals the wing, and it kind of feels like you're going to find this person who helps you heal your wings so you can fly again. Because that's what it feels like. It feels like somebody broke your wings, and your person that comes in to help you is coming in. I also had Flower Agate, which is really good for promoting. Have a look into the properties of it. It's divine feminine energy, helps you develop to where you're supposed to be going. There was a Daisy, which is about innocence and purity, and I really feel like this is to do with that inner child, like need to heal that inner child and its value. And I was told hand movers may be good for you. And I also had the song by Ashniko, Daisies on Your Nightstand, or Daisy it's called. And that feels really like, I looked at the words and it's quite dark, but I don't know if like that song just kind of makes you feel something, like allowing that darker side and go, this is actually a part of me and that's okay. Because I feel like you're hurting, and I feel like that's where that song comes from. Like, you know, I'm terrifying because somebody's hurt me, and you feel like you could hurt somebody, or not hurt somebody like physically go and hurt them, but like you're worried about having anyone around you because you just feel so bad. But you are worthy of people being in your life. Someone's just made you feel like you're not enough. But it's time to go, nope. And also, if you want to dye your hair blue, dye your hair blue. It's good fun being blue.
Oh my God.
But yeah. And now I'm angry at whoever made you feel like that. They just want to cry. But yeah. And this egg's blue. I'm pretty sure robins have blue eggs. They're magpies, I think. But yeah. Stake your claim in joy. Know that you're worthy of it, that you deserve that future that you wanted for yourself, because nobody gets to tell you what you do except for you. And also, if they broke you, they have absolutely zero right to tell you how you put yourself back together again afterwards. I don't know why I have to tell you that either, but there you go. I'm done.
And that's Flower Agate.
I love how you have it. It's my favorite.
Yeah.
I like
I love
Flower
it. Beautiful.
I love Agate.
I love it. I love floral. I like the real pale one. I did one of those crystal scoop things on. I did many of them, but one of them, those crystal scoop things on TikTok, and I just saw this flower agate sphere, and I went, I want that. Ordered one, and when they scooped mine, it scooped up the flower agate sphere. I was like, that's mine.
I'm going to have to go on that. Definitely want to have to go on that.
Oh, it's good.
I keep
Two
looking
of
at
them have
it.
arrived. I got some mushrooms yesterday, and that was like one of the little box ones. And Ewan got his toothless crystal. Ironically, the last two I ordered are the two that have turned up before anything else. So they must have been at the front of the backlog after Chinese New Year.
Yeah. Trouble is, when you stop buying crystals, that's it. You've just gone.
Thank you, Emily.
Thank you, Em.
Keep us posted.
Yeah. It's beautiful. She feels very young.
Youthful.
She has a lost hope. That's the good thing.
Yeah. She just has to keep saying yes to herself. She's got it.
Yeah.
So who are we on now? Veronica.
Veronica! Yes. Yes. Yes.
Shut up.
Hang on, I need to shuffle these ones. Now that song's in my head.
Ja sukututurina kratariti Mono is me ot shit art yet ut art shin me ut or shata art yakut ur nakt urkt ich nakt Markursini. Veronica. So the world, the shaman, and the empress all came up, followed by the action of 3 of acorns, foresight, exploration. Yeah, Veronica. You are the empress. It is time to use your voice, sweet sister, and start speaking the truth that you see. You're seeing it. You're watching. Why is Kayleigh laughing? Is Kayleigh laughing? Oh, no, she's going inward. Nope, she's laughing. Sometimes I don't know. It's nothing to do with me. Great.
It's not you. It's what they're showing me. Sorry, I'm laughing. The Fae have...
Love it. I just want to make sure I didn't step out of the line. Your wisdom, right? You're a wisdom keeper, okay? I know you know all this already. You're also a shaman. You know this, okay? But in your role of the empress, I'm just going to tell you directly because it's more efficient and I won't mess it up. Onar iskini kotor armix ursinik artidium da carisi toto crania sototor sini kotora arrakiti koto ara arsikite yakotani menia toka asinikiti koto rakia makatari tarakiti rakata arksini katara utu tor ikut ur ar iato tor ar mikata arkisieto kutu ar arkinikiti yakotar iki atotor imikat ikatur kabarkiti ra iki tagrupet achni kutur. Narsodor sini atar kurar iak ot arapent it shekt iak arthesi soto sabak ishatari shenaraki shak arpt urt city prt shitata tutut prtiat Naroshatarari motoraki anutori ia ara uru ishinatari yatutari iatakari amono yata oraki yatatar utu araki yanashatutora armiatari ikiashatara kietatori manara ishiatata yakodor iatutakar iamono shatara ia. And dark chocolate. Okay, I'm done. Lorna. I like how we're taking turns muting now.
Sorry. Right, this is a bizarre journey. Totally bizarre. I'm in this cave. Okay, and you've got all these lights, like little candles all lit up in this beautiful cave. And then all of a sudden I've got this big obsidian chandelier coming down, and you step back, and then on this, when the chandelier is literally on the ground, it has a seat. So you're sat on this seat, and to me that's Selena saying that you're grounded in what you do, and you light everybody's life up by the creations that you create. Okay, now this is really bizarre. So I'm coming out of this cave, and then all of a sudden I'm on this bit of woods and I'm floating out to sea, and there's Loch Ness Monster in the middle of the sea. Oh my God. And I'm like, right, I'm going on Loch Nessie. This is so bizarre. And when I get on there, it's like the mystery, it's like you're coming into your own. You've had all this light in you and all this creativity, and you give it out, but you're giving it out more. But people are getting to know you now slowly, one by one, because when you think of Loch Ness Monster in the middle of the sea, it's mystery. And people always want to go and see Loch Ness. They like probably go to the loch thinking, oh, I wonder if I can see him. But it's the mystery in you. But people are actually getting to know you by what you do. So I'm on Loch Ness now, and I'm going into this cave, because this cave where I started with is your cave. Okay, your first card was friendship. I'm so honoured that I know you, and I'm so blown away by spirit talking to you, and you can channel and you can make the gifts for people that they need. And also I look at this, your second card is blessings, abundancy. Yeah, we all work at things, don't we? We all want to achieve stuff, but you're just the mist. It's like Loch Ness. You're coming out of the water, but in yourself, it's like you're being waiting to be recognized. But forget about the waiting, because to me, it's freedom you've got there. So when you go on to blessings, you'll see the star, and you'll see the star of what she's holding. And I was going to pull a Lily card, like an affirmation card for you. Why do I see? What are those shells? Is it alllll shells? I see these big alllll shells. Oh, that's amazing. Then, yay! Yay! That's amazing. Oh, and hold on a minute. And it says, oh no, see, this is me now. My glasses. I radiate warmth and glow from my core to every soul. That's what you do. You're just so unique. So unique. But I'm glad Loch Ness Monster's out of the sea now so people can actually see you. And lots of love. I hope that helps. Be the light. I finished.
Sorry, I was off somewhere.
I thought so.
Which was fun. It's funny you said about the Nessie. So anyway, I'll get to that. So the cards that I got for you were actually really good. It was the Chariot, which is being in this kind of alignment of purpose and knowing where we're going to go and knowing we can achieve it and being prepared to navigate that path. You have the Ten of Cups. I really feel like this is fulfilling spiritual purpose as well as emotional joy and fulfillment, whatever it is you're chasing. The Chariot, because that knowing that it will work and having that divine connection to guide you with that. Is Orion's belt important for you? Anyway, you have the two of materials, and if you look, she is there balancing things, looking graceful as hell. But there's a diamond on the bottom, so it's still precarious. It doesn't matter how precarious things get, you will find balance. You will manage to navigate those twisty turns on that path with that Chariot card. There can be narrow constrictions. It has a lemniscate on it, the infinity symbol, and there will be constriction and there will be expansion, and that will forever be going on, but you will navigate each of those aspects and everything in between on that spectrum of expansion and constriction. You have all that glitters, and I kind of really love that that's got what I consider a masculine and feminine mask on there, because it has that angelic energy behind it. And I feel like whatever you and your husband do together, it brings sparkle and joy and abundance into your lives, and not just material, because all that glitters isn't necessarily gold, but it does bring joy and light. So it's not necessarily that it's financial abundance, but there is a lot of joy and laughter around you. Also have the serendipity card, and I feel like this is kind of more tight with what I saw when I was off. Sorry, I was laughing because as soon as I shut my eyes, there was this mushroom, and I'm like, I love mushrooms. And then out of it, this door opens, and this gnome comes out, and he's all dancing down the road. He's proper dancing everywhere. I wish you could see it because it was amazing. I'm just giggling. And he's dancing down the road. So I don't know if you work with gnomes or fae or whatever, but yeah, I think he was just part of the fae. Like, yeah, the fae's in here, and I'll just come and do that. But gnomes are really good at attracting money and finance and abundance. They like stuff like that. But anyway, the mushroom itself is a sign of prosperity and security and having that protection around you. It's also a reminder that things are connected. But as soon as I shut my eyes, the first thing they said was there's something about the Irish connection. And I don't know if you have Irish lineage or anything to do with Ireland there, but there's something to do with the Irish connection there. And then I saw a jellyfish, which this is all water, so it doesn't surprise me that Lorna also had water, but it's about trusting and surrendering with the jellyfish, allowing flow, allowing to navigate and be in flow. That things always end up where they're supposed to be. And then I saw a water serpent, which is why I was laughing I was like, oh my God, when you saw Nessie, and she had like these little frills along the side of the head there, but she was like this serene light blue color, like aquamarine, but like more bluey than aquamarine, if that makes sense. Less green and more bluey, that kind of color. And then I was shown a property, and it has pointy roofs. It has a pointy roof, or there's something about points on the roof. And then I thought it was the number 11, but they were kind of at an angle. So they were like this. There's something about something being at an angle. There was like 2 lines, and I was like, it's either the number 11 or there's like a grill or something. I don't know, but there's this 2 lines like that. But it felt like it was something to do with communal stuff rather than a physical family property. And then the runes I got was protection, and then I had Avaz and Gabo, sorry. And I feel like this is more about just like you two, you and your husband. It really does feel like you and your husband, you have this beautiful balanced relationship, and you can navigate those constrictions and expansions and peaks and troughs along the journey, and you just really do balance each other out. And that there's an element of the two of you coming together, bringing protection for everybody around you as well. There's just something about the two of you together that brings that in for everybody. And I'm done.
Beautiful.
That gnome, though, he's going to live. He can live rent free in my head. He's amazing.
Thanks, Veronica. Love you. Oh wait, I have to update something.
Yeah.
And we round down the list with Melody.
Oh, Melody.
Shaman, there you go. I don't know who that is, but it's very sweet. This is the last one.
And Zoe.
Zoe?
Ah. Our girl Zoe Hatch.
Oh, there you go. I was like, which Zoe? Because I have a Zoe that also reads as well.
See Zoe.
The Zoe.
She has the most sparkly energy I've ever met.
She does.
Just like it's like this pink purpley glitter. Like I'm just swimming in, like if glitter all touched.
I see like gunmetal glitter.
That's what I mean, right? Isn't that
No, like gunmetal grey color.
Isn't that when you blend that together? That's what happened? No, I'm talking about a different color then maybe. I don't know.
Well, no, you can see one thing and I can see another.
All right. The prism is aligned.
I just see like
Love you, Zoe. You're so great.
It's like gunmetal grey.
Yeah, I love it.
But I feel like it's closer to her body. It's not on her body, but it's around her body.
Yeah.
I don't know if Zoe's supposed to be watering plants, but she needs to water the plants.
Oh boy. Melanie. Shanoto Roshiati Kia. Melanie, all paths lead to home. It's time to take a step back and look. Look, you've got the sun. I think this has to do with your sanctuary, actually. You're still the anchoring star, right? All paths lead to home. I would look into swan medicine, bee medicine, right? They're the hive. You are the queen, right? This is collaboration, productivity, and then the sun. So the hummingbird. I love that you've named your spider plant Kevin, Zoe. That's the greatest thing ever. Yeah, you're transforming. Have you been feeling this for a while? I feel like you're coming out of your chrysalis. Like you completely melted and gelled, and now you're reforming. And it's been really painful. Maybe not so much physically, but in some way. There are marks. I can see them. Does that make sense to you? I don't want to go down this rabbit hole. Okay, good. Yeah, it's coming. So I'm going to tell this. I'm going to speak to you now directly. And the long and the short of this message is to just order and let go. It's coming. Okay. So I'm just going to speak to you directly in soul language because they really want me to ensure that I get the message across. Nashiki atoko ramosotori iniati. Kara oshoto koro imi niakoto larashiaka satayani iatoko iashata. Konara ishi iakoto yamana shataki ato. Yeah, it's in your blueprint. Koshotara ini iato shakotara iatoko soto. Mona shakatara ara ishiakoto oro. And it's real. And it's happening. Tara ishiki anogoro oro arahini ashata. Kara ia mokotora shia nakatara ia toto shatara yakatata. Boyonoko shotara iakutu utara shini apokoto rotara shini ata. Kara ati ishiakoto to oro ahayana. Tarya shanaki iato kotora ishiki aporokoto. Like you wrote it before you got here. Like it's happening. It's as close as you can feel it. You can feel it on the horizon, right? You'll be ready. You are ready already, but Dashiki Yakoto. Keep calling in your soul family, outer soul family. Kara oshiti nia sotoko tora ara ishikiti ia nokoto poroki shia nokoto rorosharariati. We choose to stand together, right? Biakoto torshini tiatara. And we're going to make mistakes, and we're going to take wrong turns, and we're going to change. But all paths lead to home. Puroshiki niatoko toro o shotaraki niatoto oro ara a iana I shiatokoto. I hope that helps. Yeah. It's okay to trust yourself, right? Trust yourself. Okay, I'm done.
So when you were saying about a path, if you imagine moonlight and I'm on this path, but I can't get my head around how big these feathers were. And I couldn't work out what they were. So I pulled an animal card and I understand now it was a peacock. They were just enormous. But through the dark, the moon was shining and it was leading you onto this path. And it's all about self-love, time to celebrate, and with all your magnificent light. So I looked on what peacock really meant. And it says, be proud of where you are now and how you have come. Take a moment to let that feeling settle in your heart. You've worked so hard and supported for so many others. Now it's time to be all that you need for yourself. You may have completed a cycle and changed in your life. Perhaps you have achieved something great. And the peacock comes to let you know that you can let yourself be proud. And I also feel that, I don't know, but through your dreams, are you getting, see, I'm feeling that your loved ones that have passed over have been coming to visit you. I do feel that with you. And it's like letting you know it's okay. It's okay. They're proud of, see, I see grandparents. I see, yeah, like a grandparents coming through and they're saying that they're really, really proud of you. But your angel Michael's coming through because your angel card was angel of protection. And it's in this time, and it's in divine timing. So when I look through that, I just see like a porthole of the dimensions, through the universe. Be proud of what you do and be surrounded by your soul family, like you say, with your soul family, because we need that help and we need that support. Also, Selena's saying that I needed to give you like a crystal. So like out of all the crystals I've got, it's this. They call it like fool's gold. It's just full and rich. Yay! But I bought like a little packet of them as well, which is really good. And if I buy little bits, I just stick them on there. But do you know what? I can't remember. Do you know what? I've gone brain dead now. Literally. I'll think of it in a minute. But this will help bring clarity. It will help bring... So abundance, yes, and money and everything. But do you know what? Abundance to me is my health and my spiritual life. And that means more. But yeah. But I hope that helps. But this peacock, that was just so bizarre. And I kept seeing this huge feathers. And I'm thinking, what type of feather was it? And it was a peacock. So, yeah, love yourself. And, yeah, talk to the moon as well through the moonlight. Because she always listens. She always listens. And what doesn't serve you needs to go. But ask to bring in something that you need. And that will help you on your journey. But Lily and Jax and like Selena, they do bring lots of love and abundance in your health and your spiritual life. But hope that helps. Finished.
Okay, so there's something in your support network that something's happened. Okay, this is really weird. So there's you and them braided together, and somewhere along the way, the braid's gone wrong. What you need to do is unbraid it, heal whatever that is, if you want them to be braided back into your life again. There's something about your foundational people that something's gone wrong with the way you two are woven together, and it's about undoing that and then healing whatever's happened rather than pretending it didn't happen, because leaving it woven together with that it leaves a shaky foundation to the relationship, is what I'm getting. And it's about, so I don't know if it feels like it's really someone in your support network, but both parties have to take accountability for their part in what happened. You can't just pretend it didn't happen. This is important to the foundations of what's going on around you. Or there's something in the foundations, and there's accountability that needs to be taken responsibility for, because that's what's stopping progress. There's something about that they're supposed to be part of your journey, and what stops the progress of the two of you going on this journey is what's happened here. That's where that's happened. So there's something about that needs healing, and it's almost like once that's healed, it kind of allows you to evolve. Oh wow, okay, so that needs healing before you move forward, because once that does, it's almost like that's what allows progress, allows things to start forward movement. There's travel involved with this movement as well, so things start moving quickly. If you have a plan in place, recognize that it's going to be a living plan, in the sense that you need to keep doing reviews of, okay, this is where we are. Because if you just keep plodding along, you're not assessing whether the terrain is changing. I don't know what that means. And it is our crossing group. Wow, okay. I'm guessing it might be a group of women together. But this connection, they help you to check in with where you're at. These people help you to check in with where you're at. They help you to do that kind of assessment. They may see aspects of it that you don't see. That's why you need to know that everybody that's involved around you is in a place where they can see things objectively, whatever that for. They're saying the word objectively specifically. But yeah, and I've got the community fire and emotions, so it is definitely emotions that are within a group around you, or your support network, your community around you, and the need for some form of emotional healing, because once that happens, you then again have fire. You have the torch again, which is what the Knight of Wands has. He has his torch. And then it kind of all kind of initiates from this healing within this group environment, this sisterhood, if you will. It's really weird. When I was in your energy, first went into your energy, there was snake energy, and I feel like this is because it's traveling between worlds back and forth, like you're constantly in and out of between worlds. And then there was a real smell of sulfur, and I don't know enough about alchemy to say what sulfur is or whether there's anything in that. So have a look into sulfur as a jumping off point of things to go and have a look into. I know it's to do with the soul, right? I know it's to do with the soul. I just don't know enough to go beyond that.
It's the final piece that makes it whole. Is the soul.
And the best thing about it was it smelt like eggy farts. So while it was here, so I was like, oh, lovely sulfur. There's other ways to show me. There was 2 words, cherry bee. I don't know what that means. There was some guy who was just kind of sat holding a cigarette out of his mouth. Like, I think I was even doing this at one point, like holding it in my mouth. That's literally what he was doing, holding the cigarette in his mouth. The stars are starting to come into alignment, so you need to be flexible when that happens. It may not be, oh, okay, that's where that justice comes in. It may not be exactly as you envisioned it. So with the justice card, sometimes we get like this, we want things to go a certain way, and the judgment will be that we want somebody to go to jail and they want them. This isn't to do with a legal thing that's going on. Well, it might be, I don't know if you've had something happen, but it might be that you want them to go to prison and they'd give you like £1 million in compensation or something. When justice comes out, it's objective, and so they will be found guilty, but they may not get a severe sentence as you hoped, and there may not be the same level of what you would want for what you consider retribution. So they will be found guilty, and then they might get like community service and a less severe fine or something. That's not directly related to a situation, but this is what I'm trying to say with when justice comes in, things don't necessarily turn out the way we hope they will. They turn out the way they're supposed to come out. There's an aspect to that. But when it comes to having to step forward when things come into alignment, it's okay to harness the masculine energy that you're going to require to, because you need that expansive, the masculine drive, will kind of energy making that happen, because it's going to require some form of assertiveness is really where I'm going with that. Not aggressive, just assertive. There's going to be some sense of assertiveness required from that, almost harnessing that fire energy. And you have a lot of fire energy within you that you can harness to make this happen. There will be somebody that comes in. They're going to have polar bear energy. That's all I'm saying. That will come in and give you assistance that you need, that last leg up to where you want to go. So I don't know if you have a polar bear guide, or this guy comes through to you as a polar bear guide that has the cigarette hanging out of his mouth. He's sending something in that will give you the leg up that you need. And I feel like this is financial, because it feels like you're going to have what you need and enough left over. Do not use that leftover excess, because that's your buffer to make sure that any unexpected costs that could come in, it gives you that flexibility that you're looking for. It means you don't have to make concessions. You have a buffer so that you can, anything that comes up unexpectedly, you can cover that money. So don't just use it. It gives you that flexibility. Otherwise you might have to cut costs and cut corners, and I don't think you'd want to do that for whatever this is. But there's this egg, and it's very precious to you. Peach is a really good color for you as well, by the way. Peach is a powerful color for you. But you are capable of doing all this. Oh, and then I had a vision where there was a Viking ship, And then I was like, oh, what's this Viking ship about? And then they just pulled me along this stone wall that had like grass along the top. They just pulled me back along it, and it was a really long wall. And then they showed me this deep valley with like a really flat bit along the bottom of the valley. So it was a big wide gorge type thing. And it had these grey skies, and everything was grey and drizzly and cold, but there was just these rays of sunshine, almost like when I see it come through the clouds like that, I just think of the divine, like the divine shining onto earth, and there's these rays coming through. And what they then said to me was, it needs to be halfway up the valley. You need to be halfway up the valley. And that's all they said. And I'm done.
Woof.
There you go.
You're on mute, Lorna. I need to know what you're saying because you're talking about rocks.
Sorry. It's pyrite.
Oh, I love pyrite.
Yeah,
really good
pyrite.
for attracting. I have that in my money bowl.
I gave some to my sister, and she went, "Oh my god!" She said, because she's like, I don't know, she works in the hospital, and the manager took her pyrite and said, "I'm having that." So I had to go and get her another piece. But it brings so much.
It's better at attracting abundance than gold, in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, I've loved today.
I always love working with you two. It's amazing.
I love working with you two. You're my soul sisters.
What a beautiful day. Yeah. We're rounding right out 3 hours. Thank you all so much for joining. It's been absolutely spectacular. You can find all of us in Say Eunice Day.
Yep.
We're roaming around there. We're roaming around Ascending Butterflies. We're roaming around.
We're all in there too. Yep.
Yep. We're roaming around Lorna's Moonlight Healing.
I'm a newbie.
It's fun. It's like we'll find we've got a pretty big global network, so we can always find people for you if you need whatever you need. Friendships, circles, healings. Like, we're gonna work together, guys. We got it. So just know that you're not alone.
Yep.
Know it's okay to ebb and flow. Know being yourself and saying yes to yourself is the best gift you can give.
Absolutely.
Happy lots of Tuesday on the Tuesday of 2022.
Yep.
May we close out this portal with great blessings, allowing it to cleanse us of all that no longer serves us, being open to our next turn as we finish up this book and we get going on why we came here. So that's it. Check us out. Find us all over. We'll see you soon. Ending broadcast.